Welcome to my channel. We were discussing about the time and distance. As a part of it, in this lecture, let us discuss about the average speed. So in the previous lecture, I have discussed about the basics of time and distance. Please follow those lectures. Right. So let us study about what is average speed and let us solve some of the problems. Suppose if we have a car and it started at a particular point A, right? So from this particular point A, it traveled to the point B, and the distance from A to B, if suppose it is 40 kilometer, and this particular car, while it is traveling, this car is traveling from here to here, from A to B, it have taken 2 hours, right? So and after the from point B, it have moved to the point C, and here it have covered 20 kilometer and it have taken 1 hour to complete it. And if suppose from here it have moved to the another point, so suppose I name it the point as the D, and suppose it is of 35 kilometers, and suppose if we have taken it have taken time 2 hours to complete this journey. Now the car has started at the A point and it have reached at the point T. Now it have traveled different distance with different time, right? Now if I ask you to say the speed, can you say the speed of the speed of the journey? So what happened here is, there here from here to here it have reached the 40 kilometers in 2 hours, whereas from here to from B to C it have reached 20 kilometers in 1 hour, whereas from C to D it have reached 35 kilometers in 2 hours. So it have the different speeds in the different sites. So in such situation we cannot say the speed directly. So we are going to apply formula for it. So what is the form? This is called, that is the by the formula we are going to find the average speed of the car, right? So if suppose I name this distance as a D1 and the time as a T1. Now this is D2 distance and it is T2 time, and it is D3 distance and it is T3 time. Then what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the speed of the car of the whole journey. So it is called, the speed of the car is called as a average speed, and it is equivalent to the total distance D1 plus D2 plus D3, D1 plus D2 plus D3 by total time T1 plus T2 plus T3. So this is one formula to calculate the average speed, right? I think you have understood the concept. What is an average speed? Suppose if a vehicle moves to at a different time intervals to a different places. So the vehicle speed is not constant. If you say the speed of speed here, it moved from 20 kilometer per hour. So here also 20 kilometer per hour. But here it is something 18 kilometer per hour. So the speed is something varying, right? The speed will be varying it's varied in the different places. Now if I want to calculate the average speed, so what is the formula for us here? When the distance and time is given, then what we have to do? We have to add all the total distance covered by total time taken. It is force journey. It is called as what? Average speed. So it is one formula for calculating the average speed. And remember, this formula is applicable when the distance and time is taken. Suppose, let us move to the next situation. Suppose here we have a car. A car is traveling from here from A to B, and suppose the car has traveled the distance D1 with speed S1, and it has traveled the distance D2 with speed S2, and the distance D3 with speed S3. See here, in the previous problem we have given distance and time. In this particular situation, what he have given, the distance and speed is given, right? So in this situation, if we want to calculate the average speed, Average speed is nothing but total distance by total time. So total distance is given, d1 plus d2 plus d3 is the total distance in this particular case. So now again we have to calculate the total time, but time is not given. What is given? Speed is given. So in this situation, when the speed is given, we automatically know time is nothing but distance by speed. So we know the distance. So what we are going to write, d1 by s1, it is the speed t, it is the time, right? d1 by s1, it is the time of time 1, and d2 by s2 plus d3 by s3. So why we have written d1 by s1? Because we know that time equal to distance by speed. Time equal to distance by speed. So we have applied this particular formula because we doesn't have the t1, t2, t3. So what we have done, we have applied this particular formula because we know d and s, distance and speed. So we have applied this particular formula and this particular equation have originated. So this is the case, this is the formula you have to apply when there is a need to find the average speed and when there is a distance and speed is given, right? So this is our second formula. And there can be another situation. See here, suppose we have a distance a to b, and suppose if a car travel from a to b at x kilometer per hour and return back at y kilometer per hour. Now they have asked us to find the average speed. So what is the average speed in this particular situation? The average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y. So you can simply represent this particular formula. Average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y. This is the case when the speed is given. So I've said the three cases. One, the case where the speed and distance is time is given, and the second case is speed and the distance is given, right? So what is the first case? So there are three cases to find the average speed. One, the case when the distance and time is given, this is the thing, we have to add the total distance by total time. And second case, when the distance and speed is given, we have to represent that is speed. We know the time equal distance by speed, so we are going to apply the t1 instead of t1 plus t2 plus t3, we are going to convert the t1 into the this particular formula, d1 by s1, d2 by s2 plus d3 by s3. This is the second way to find the average speed. And third case is when the speed is given. So if we directly the speed is given, we are going to apply the formula, that is speed. If speed is x and y, then 2xy by x plus y. We are going to represent this by in the formula, right? So in this way we are going to calculate the average speed. Next, let us go and move to the problems, and let's solve some of the problems, right? The problem is, a boy rides his bicycle 10 kilometers at an average speed of 12 kilometer per hour. So what you have seen here, so a boy is going to ride his bicycle. So for how many kilometers he is going to ride? For kilometers, 10 kilometers, and what is the speed? With 12 kilometer per hour. 12 kilometer per hour, right? And again travels 12 kilometers, right? And again from this particular point he is going to travel for 12 kilometers. So 12 kilometers and at an average speed of 10 kilometer per hour. 10 kilometer per hour. Now what he have asked is average speed for the entire trip is approximately. So here the question is very clear here. So what have been given here? Distance is given, and that this speed is given, right? And again here d2 distance, and it is the second speed is given. So when the speed and the distance is given, we are going to represent our second formula. That is what we are going to do. We are going to add d1 plus d2 plus not d3 here. So if d3 is there, we are going to add the d1 plus d2 by d1 by s1 plus d2 by s2, because the total time equal to distance by speed. So we are going to add d1 by s1 plus d2 by S2. Now if we represent these particular values in our formula, then d1 plus d2 is nothing but 10 plus 12 by, now 10 by 12 plus 12 by 10. So we know that 5, 6, 6, 5. So 10 plus 12 is nothing but 22 by 5 by 6. We are going to take the LCM 30, 35, 6, 5, 25 plus 5, so then 6 is 36, right? So it is equivalent to 22 by 25 plus 36 is 61 into 30. So if we solve this thing, we are going to get it's approximately 10.8 kilometer per hour. So like this we have to solve the problems, right? Let us move to our next problem. Let us see our next problem. A train moves with a speed of 30 kilometer per hour for 12 minutes. So we have a train, right? So a train is moving at up to a particular point. So what is its speed? Its speed is 30 kilometer per hour. Its speed is 30 kilometer per hour, and for 12 minutes, that is in time 12 minutes, it have reached from point A to from point to the point B. Let us suppose this A and B, right? And then for next 8 minutes at a speed of 45 kilometer per hour, and it has given here for the next journey, that is in 8 minutes it have moved with the speed of 45 kilometer per hour. Now that is here, from here to here it has moved for up the speed of 30 kilometer per hour, and for up to a distance he have not given the distance. Now he has given the speed and time. Now what is the formula for the average speed? So for the finding the average speed, we have to do the total distance by total time. Total distance by total time, right? So but the distance is not given for us here. So we know that we have a formula, that is speed equal to distance by time. So from this formula, distance equal to speed into time, right? So distance equal to speed into time, right? So we have to calculate the total distance. Now here, this from here to here point, we have not given the distance, so we have to find the distance. Now if I find the distance, what I have to do? I have to multiply the speed with the time. But see here, the speed unit is kilometer per hour, whereas the time unit is what? Minutes. So I have to convert this minutes to the hours, right? So what I am going to do? So I have to add the total distance. So for adding the total distance, I am going to represent it in the formula, distance equal to speed into time. So from here to here point, I move with the speed 30 kilometer per hour in 12 minutes. So I am going to multiply 30 into this 12 minutes. I have to convert to the hours, that is 12 by 60 plus, right? So I have completed here to here journey. Then from here to here it has moved with 45 kilometer per hour, and how much time it have taken? 8 minutes. So 45 into 8 by 60. So I have done the total distance. The total distance is completed. Now I have to calculate the total time. So time is given here directly, that is 12 minutes plus 8 minutes. So the time is equal to 20 minutes. But what we should get here? We have to get in the hours. So we have to divide it by what? 60, right? So normally we can do it 30 2 ja 2 6 ja, right? 15 3 ja, 15 4 ja, 4 2 ja, right? 20 3 ja, 1 by 3. If we solve this, so 6 plus 3 into 2, 6 by, we are going to get here 1 by 3, that is equivalent to 12. We get 6 plus 6, we are going to get 12. 12 into 3 is going to be factor is equal to 36 kilometer per hour, right? 36 kilometer per hour. In exam, just see over these units, because the mostly people do wrong in the units, right? So we have to see the answers choices depending on the units. We have to convert we have to write the problems. Sometimes it will be given, suppose in the options it can be meter per hour, right? In such situation we have to clarify it, right? Sometimes there is a need to convert from kilometer per hour to meter per hour if the answer, the options are given in the meter per hour. So always you have to check the units, right? So let us move to the next question. Let us see our next question. A man goes from A to B. So a man goes from A to B at a uniform speed of 12 kilometer per hour. So 12 kilometer per hour, and returns with uniform speed of 4 kilometer per hour. And this is the up journey, and return journey he comes with uniform speed of 4 kilometer per hour. Now we have asked to calculate the average speed. So two speeds are given. So we are going to represent our third formula. So it is 2xy by x plus y. So x is 12, y is 14. So 2 into 12 into 4 by x plus y. So what is x plus y? 12 plus 4, that is 16. So if we solve for it, it is 4 4 ja 16 and 4 3 ja 12. So 3 2 ja 6. 6 kilometer per hour. What is it? It is our average speed. So average speed is equal to 6 kilometer per hour, right? Let us move to the next problem. So the next question is, a train covers a distance of 3584 kilometers in 2 days and 8 hours, right? So in 2 days and 8 hours the train have covered 3584 kilometers, right? If it covers 1400 kilometer on first day and 1608 kilometer on second day, by how much the average speed of the train for the remaining part of the journey differ from that of the entire journey, right? So as we are moving to the concepts, we are moving some deeper knowledge, right? So it is somewhat complicated problem, but if you understand it, it is very easy, right? Let us do this. So what is the first point here he have given? So totally the train have traveled, so it is a suppose the total span. So how many kilometers it have traveled? Totally it have traveled 3584 kilometers the train have traveled. So here the point is, suppose for the first day. So first day means how many hours? 24 hours. So in the 24 hours, how much distance it have traveled? It have traveled 1440 kilometer, right? So this is a distance. So it is a distance it have covered in the first 24 hours on the first day, and on the second day it have covered. So on the second day is also 24 hours, it have covered 1608 kilometers. 1608 kilometers. And what is the question for us? And on the third, that is again overall the train have traveled 3584 kilometers in 2 days and 8 hours. In 2 days and 8 hours. So first day it have traveled 1440 kilometers. Second day it have traveled 1608 kilometers. In third day it have traveled for 8 hours. So for 8 hours, how many kilometers it have traveled? It is a question. It is, we have to find it. So what value it is, how many distance it have traveled, we have to find it. It is very easy, right? And what is his question is here? His question is this particular speed. So whatever the speed we are going to get in the 8 hours, the remaining part of the journey, this particular speed he want to compare with the average speed with the whole journey, right? So first of all, let us find this particular distance. Now we have to calculate this particular distance. See here, we have given the total distance. Total distance is what? 3584. So this is the first day distance, this is the second day distance, we know doesn't know the third day distance. So third day distance is nothing more, if we add these two things and if we subtract from the total distance, we are going to get this distance, right? So suppose if we had is travel in the first day travel, it is 1440, and second day he have traveled 1608. So overall what he have traveled, it is 6 10, so 3048 kilometers he have traveled overall, right? So what is overall in the 2 days, 2 days he have traveled 3048 kilometers. Then 8 hours the distance traveled, that is if we minus the from the total distance, we are going to get the distance what he have traveled in the 8 hours, right? So if we minus 3584 minus 3048, if we perform this, we are going to get what? 536. So how much kilometers he have traveled in the 8 hours? It is 536 kilometer. So it is 536 kilometer. So listen here how simple the question is. Now we have find the distance. Now what is our question overall? The final question is this particular speed, how much it is differ from the complete average speed. So the distance he have traveled in the 8 hours, the particular speed when he have traveled in the 8 hours, he want to compare with the complete speed, average speed. Now if we know the distance and we know the time, so what is the speed of this particular journey for the 8 hours, with what speed he have gone? So it is nothing but distance by time. So 536 by 8. So 536 by 8 we get what? 67. So he went with the 67 kilometer per hour speed. So he went with the 67 kilometer per hour speed, right? So now, so 67 kilometer per hour speed is what? Now if we want to that is we have to compare with the whole journey. So whole journey, how many kilometers they have moved? 3584 kilometers. So 3584 kilometers they have moved. Total distance is 3584 kilometers. What is the total time? Total time is 24 plus 24 plus 8. So by 24 plus 24 plus 8, because what is the average speed formula? Average speed formula is total distance by total time. So we know the total distance is 3584 and the total time is 24 plus 24 plus 8. So if we do this, if we solve this, we are going to get 3584 by 56. So here we are going to get 64 kilometer per hour. Now what is the question? He want to compare the speed of 8 hours with the average speed of the complete journey. So speed of 8 hours is 67. Complete journey average speed is 64. That is how much it is going to differ? It is going to differ by 3 kilometer per hour or more, right? So this is the answer for our question, right? Question looks complicated, but if we solve those things, it looks very simple. We have to understand the concept is the major thing, right? So let us move to the next question. So the next question is, a man travel a distance of 24 kilometer at 6 kilometer per hour, another distance of 24 kilometer at 8 kilometer per hour, and third distance of 24 kilometer at 12 kilometer per hour. Then average speed for whole journey. So here the question is, so the first 24 kilometer he have traveled with a speed of 6 kilometer per hour, and then from here the next 24 kilometer he have traveled with a speed 8 kilometer per hour, 8 kilometer per hour, and then from here then next 24 kilometers he have traveled with a speed of 12 kilometer per hour. So now what they have asked? They have asked the average speed of whole journey. Average speed of whole journey. So average speed is what? Total distance by total time. So we have know the distance. What is distance? 24 plus 24 plus 24. So it is nothing but 72 by, now what is the total time? Here time is not given. What have given? Speed. Now that we have given the speed, now we have know the distance. So time equal to what? Distance by speed. So this formula we can apply here. So the total time is t1 plus t2 plus t3. What is t1? T1 is equal to distance by speed, that is 24 by 6. That is 24 by 6 plus 24 by 8, 24 by 6 plus 24 by 8 plus 24 by 12, right? So if you solve this, 6 4 are 24, 8 3 are 24, 12 2 are 24, that is 72 by 4 plus 3, 4 5 6 7 8 9 9. So 72 by 9, what is it? It is 8 kilometer per hour. This is the speed, average speed of the complete journey, right? So let us move to our next problem. So the next problem is, a man goes from Mysore to Bangalore at a uniform speed of 40 km per hour and come back to Mysore at uniform speed of 60 km per hour. His average speed for the whole journey. So here the question is very easy. That is, upward journey he moves with the 40 km per hour speed, and downward journey he comes with 60 km per hour speed. So when we have this particular concept, what formula we are going to apply? 2x5 by x plus 5. So it is the x and it is the y. So we are going to apply the formula 2xy by x plus y. So if you do this thing, 2 x what 40 into y is 60 by x plus 5, that is 40 plus 60, that is 100, right? So 0 0 0 0 cancel, 6 4 is 24, 24 2 is 48. So 48 kilometer per hour is the average speed, right? So let us go move to the next question. The next question is, 1/3 of a journey is covered at the rate of 25 km per hour and 1/4 at the rate of 30 km per hour, and the rest at 50 km per hour. The average speed of whole journey. See here, the question is somewhat complicated. See here, we have not given the distance. Distance is not given, right? Let us suppose that the distance is d. Let us suppose we have the d distance. Now what you have said, you have said in the fractions, that is 1/3 of the distance, that is 1/3 is d by third. So d by third of the distance is covered at the rate of 25 km per hour. So what is the speed? It is 25 km per hour speed, right? And then what happened? And 1/4 at the rate of 30 km per hour. So d by fourth journey, he have moved with the speed of 30 km per hour. 30 km per hour. So what here we have given? We have given that the first d by third journey, 1/3 of the journey. Suppose we have not given the distance, so we are assuming that we have the d distance. So what we are assuming, the total distance from here to here is the d. Now in the d, the first 1/3 distance he have moved with the 25 km per hour. So 1/3 I am mentioning it as a d by 3. So d by 3 distance he have moved with 25 km per hour. Then next 1/4 distance he have moved with the 30 km per hour. So here to here he have moved with the 30 km per hour. Then the rest he have moved with the speed 50 km per hour, and the rest he have moved with the speed 50 km per hour. Then what is the distance here? So it is nothing but, if we add 1/3 plus 1/4, so 1, that is 12, 4 plus 3, 7/12. So what is the remaining? So for in the 7/12, the remaining will be 5/12. So the 5/12 distance is going to be here. So 5/12d, he have moved with the speed what? 50 km per hour. So it's very simple. I have say once again, in the question what it have given, the 1/3 distance the person have moved with the 25 km per hour speed, and then next the 1/4 distance he have moved with the speed 30 km per hour, and the rest he have moved with the speed 50 km per hour. We have not given the distance, so I am assuming that d as the distance. So I am naming that d by 3 is the first distance, then the d by 4 is the second distance. So if we add 1/3 plus 1/4, we are going to get the 7/12. 7/12 means it is, what is the remaining? If we do 1 minus 7/12, what we are going to get? We are going to get the remaining distance. It is 5/12d. So 5/12d he have moved with the speed what? 50 km per hour. So the question, if you understand the question, we can easily we can solve the problem, right? Now they have asked for the average speed of whole journey. So what we have asked, average speed of whole journey. So what is the average speed formula? It is total distance by total time, right? So now what is the total distance? Total distance is what we are assuming the total distance as a d, right? Total distance is the d. Now what is the total time? Time is not given, but what are given? Distance and speed. So time equal to distance by speed. So what we are going to do, d by 3 into 25 plus d by 4 into 30, right, plus 5d by 12 into 50, 5d by 12 into 50. So we can here if we solve this thing, so if we solve this 5 5 10, right? So if we take here d, if we take the d common, d 1 by 3 into 25, it is 1 by 75 plus 1 by 4 to 30 120 plus d we have cancelled, so d we have taken the common, so 1 by 12, that is 120, right? So if we solve this thing, if we take the LCM, so if we take the LCM, let's show here. So it is going to be 75 120 120, the LCM will be 600, so we can cancel this dd, right? So if we solve this, 1 by now 600, now 75 8 75 8 is 600, the 120 is 5 plus again 120 5, right? So if we solve for this thing, we are going to get 600 by 18. So 600 by 18, we are going to get 33 1 by 3 kilometer per hour, kilometer per hour. So this is our answer, right? So it's very easy. I think you have understood the concept, right? Let us move to our next question. So our next question is, a train traveled at the speed of 35 kilometer per hour for the first 10 minutes. So for the first 10 minutes it have moved the speed what, 35 kilometer per hour, and at a speed of 20 kilometer per hour for the next 5 minutes. So I am from here for the next 5 minutes, so what speed it have moved with the speed 20 kilometer per hour speed, right, at a speed of 20 kilometer per hour. Then the average speed of the train for the total 15 minutes. So the actually we have given for the 50 minutes, the distance is total 50 minutes, right? He have asked for the whole journey, right? So now what is the formula for our average speed? So average speed is equal to total distance. So average speed is equal to total distance by total time, right? We have not given the distance, right? We have given the time is in minutes, right? So we know that distance is equal to, what is the formula for distance is equal to speed into time, right? So we are going to add the total distance. So what is the speed? 35 into time, what is time? 10, but what is its unit? Minute. So we have to convert it into a hour, so we have to divide it by 60 plus 20 into, so what is the time? 5 is in minutes, so we have to convert it to the hours by total time. 10 plus 15, 10 plus 5, that is 15, so 15 by 60, because we have to convert it to the hours. Why we have converted to the hour? Because 35 is in kilometer per hour, so we have to convert this particular minutes also into the kilometer to the hour pattern, right? So if we solve this thing, now 10 6 20 3, right, 15 4. So if we do this, so if we solve this, 35 by 6 plus 5 by 3 by 1 by 4. So for 6 3 we can take the LCM 6, 6 35 plus 3 2 just 6, so 5 2 just 10 by 1 by 4. So if we solve this thing, 35 it's 45 So 45 by 6 into 4, right? If you solve this, it is 2, it is 3, then 3, 1, 5 is 15, right? So what is it equal to? 30 kilometer per hour. So 30 kilometer per hour is the average speed, right? Let us move to the next question. The next question is, a car completed a journey of 400 kilometers in 12 and a half hours. So we have a car have taken its journey, and its total journey is 400 kilometers. 400 kilometers. And this, for this 400 kilometers it have taken 2.5 hours. Sorry, 12 and a half hours, right? 12 and a half hours it have taken. Now, what is again? The first 3 by 4th of journey was done at 30 kilometer per hour. So, 3 by 4th of journey, that is, suppose if we suppose this as a 3 by 4. So 3 by 4th of journey he have moved with speed 30 kilometer per hour. 30 kilometer per hour. The first 3 by 4 journey he have moved with the speed 30 kilometer per hour. Then they calculate the speed for the rest of the journey. So the rest of the journey, that is 3 by 4, the rest will be the 1 by 4th. So now what is saying here? Now in the 400, 3 by 4 means 300 kilometers. So for the 300 kilometers, how much speed I have moved? With the speed you move the 30 kilometer per hour speed, right? And the rest is what? So 3 by 4, the 1 by 4 is 100 kilometers. So 100 kilometer with what speed is moving? We doesn't know those things, right? So we have to calculate this particular thing, the speed of the rest of the journey, right? He has given that the totally he have moved 400 kilometer for how many hours? 12 and a half hours, right? So if we calculate the time for this particular journey, automatically we know we will be getting to know what is the time taken for this particular journey, right? So what is the time taken for this particular journey? We can do it directly. 300 kilometers he have moved the speed 30 kilometer per hour. So here time equal to distance by speed. So we can take it directly. 300 by distance is 300 kilometer and the speed is 30. So 300 by 30, 300 by 30 it is nothing but what? He have moved in how much hour? 10 hours. So from here to here, what time he have taken? He have taken 10 hours, right? Overall, what is the overall time? 12 and a half hours. Means for this particular time, what time he have taken? 2.5 hours. So it is clear for you. So overall the time he have taken is 12 and a half hours. So we automatically we know the speed, distance and the speed of the first 3 by 4 journey. We have calculated it. We have got the time. It is 10 hours. Automatically we can say that for the rest 1 by 4th part, 1 by 4th part is what? 100 kilometer. For the 100 kilometer, what is the time we have taken? 2.5 hours. So now this here also we know the distance and we know the time. So if we know the distance, we know the time, we can automatically calculate the speed. Speed is what? Distance by time. What is the distance? 100 kilometer. What is the time? 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, if you do 2 into 2, 4, 5 by 2, right? So 5 by 2. So if we calculate it, so it is 100 into 2 by 5. So 520, that is 40 kilometer per hour speed. So we have completed this particular journey at 40 kilometer per hour. So first 300 kilometer he have moved with the 30 kilometer per hour. Then the next 100 kilometer he have moved with the speed 40 kilometer per hour, right? So let us move to the next question and the last question. The next question is, Durga walks 5 kilometers from her home to school in 60 minutes. So Durga walks 5 kilometers. So what is the distance? 5 kilometers from her home to school in 60 minutes. 60 minutes is nothing but 1 hour, right? In 60 minutes. Then bicycles back to home along the same route at 15 kilometers per hour. So what here we can easily say what is the speed he upward journey. This is the upward journey. So upward journey we know that speed equal distance by time. So 5 kilometer in 1 hour. That is, what is his speed? 5 kilometer per hour. So Durga speed is on her upward journey is 5 kilometer per hour. Then in the downward journey, what is the speed? With what speed he have back? So she have back with 15 kilometer per hour. So 15 kilometer per hour. Then what is her average speed here? Average speed, we know the speed, one speed is what? 5 kilometer per hour, and the other is what? 15 kilometer per hour. So then the average speed will be 2 into 5 into 15 by 5 plus 15, that is 20, that is 2 into x into y by x plus y. So if we solve this thing, 5 3 is 15, 5 4 is 20, right? 2 2 is, that is 15, 5 into 3 15 by 2. So what we got? 15 by 2 kilometer per hour is the Durga's average speed. Now what is the question? Her sister Smriti makes the same round trip but do so at half of Durga's average speed. How much time does Smriti spend on a round trip? So he wants the time. What he is asking is where her sister moves with half of the speed of average speed of Durga's. So this is the case of Durga's. So what is saying? The Smriti is going to move with the half the average speed of Durga. So in the question it is given that Smriti moves with the half speed of the average speed of the Durga speed, average speed. So what it will be? It is 15 by 2 by 2. It is nothing but 15 by 4 kilometer per hour. So the Smriti moves with the average speed of 15 by 4 kilometer per hour. So Smriti speed is 15 by 4 kilometer per hour. Now what he have asked, what is the time taken by the Smriti to complete her journey, right? So she moves from here to here 5 kilometers, from here to here again 5 kilometers. So overall distance she moves is 10 kilometers. So we know that time equal to distance by speed, right? Time equal to distance by speed. So if the time equal to distance by speed, then what is that now? What is that? What is going to be the time? Is got distance is what? 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers by what is the speed? 15 by 4. So 10 by 15 by 4. So 5 2 ja and 5 3 ja. So it goes up. We will going to get 8 by 3. So what is 8 by 3? So it is 8 by 3 hours. But what are the options are given? Options are given in minutes. So we have to convert this hour to the minutes. So 8 by 3 into 60. So 8 by 3 into 60, the 320. That is 8 to 160. So what is the answer? 160 minutes. So what is the time Smriti is taking? 160 minutes. Right? So this ends the concepts of average speed, and I will provide you some of the exercise problem. Please practice on that particular problems. You will be getting very clear idea, and if you have any doubt, please post in the comment, and please like and subscribe me. Thank you.